it is. It's your boy Mambo, the Big Dog Command Room. How y'all doing, man? We back again with the week 9 reflections. Am I wrong? Like, I don't know. Let me look at it. Yo, time is going by. We halfway through the season. Either way, let me see. Week 9 reflections, man. Wow. Halfway through the season. You know what it is. Like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you check out my old videos, especially the week 8 reflection, the week 4 reflection. You know, all of them, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, in the meantime, let me get this real quick. Alright. So you know what it is. Got a trash can. Missing the blanket. I'm not gonna keep going back and forth. It is what it is. We got your boy Mambo. We here and we about to reflect. So it's been a season, man. And there's a lot going on. Probably we're coming off the heels of another very like crushing, like, you know, like very devastating like loss, you know what I'm saying, in the Minnesota Vikings, to the point where it got Kirk Cousins with his shirt off with a chain talking about, like, that infuriates me to no end because I can't stand Kirk Cousins. Like, he's a good quarterback, but he just was never clutch for us like here. But then he wants to go to the Minnesota Vikings and just play against us and make the craziest throws, like, you know what I'm saying, under pressure, getting his ribs cracked. And his ribs had to be cracked after Daron Payne and Jonathan Allen did the number on him. But that's neither here nor there. I sound bitter, but I'm not. It just is what it is. There's just certain quarterbacks like Tony Romo and him, and just certain players I just don't like losing to. So yeah, it's the competitor in me. But anyway, before that, man, before I do that too, you see this shirt, man, you know, got the city on, got the D for DC, you know what I'm saying, got the flag. Shout out to my boy, Sam Franklin, the third, with his brand Box Out, Box Out Company. You know, check him out on Instagram. You know, he got a lot of gear, got a lot of new stuff that he's dropping. So make sure you shop with him. Just wanted to shout him out, man. Appreciate the gear. Haven't got the chance to really promote it, like, you know, on the video and anything like that, because I'm not really, believe it or not, surprisingly, like, you know, we with a whole bunch of videos in, 13 videos in there, I want to say, and I'm not really a video person, but we're here. But anyways, the second thing I wanted to address is today, man, but we have the weird organization, weird owner, and the people that are around him that own, like, you know, help him. You know what I'm saying? So today we got an announcement that Dan Snyder, the Commanders, and Roger Goodell and the NFL are gonna get sued. Never really heard of something like that, but you know, basically for malpractice in as far as work ethics and how they treated their employees and you know, the environment, whatever. Okay. But before that, when the AG made this announcement, sorry, it's a spider over here. I don't like spiders. Before he made this announcement, like, somebody from Dan Snyder's PR group, his lawyer, whatever, some weird dummy put out this post talking about, one of our players, a 23-year-old, got shot, you know, and there's an increase in violence, crazy violence in DC, and we want to get it, like, basically we want to get ahead of it and help when we can, or something to that effect. I'm not a news person, like I told y'all. I just like to share my opinions, bro. When you talking about something, picking something out of left field, like the furthest of left field, and bringing it to try to make it relevant and deflect it and change what is going on. This is the primest example, the worst thing, the most disgusting and retarded, excuse the word, but just sick, insane, that's the better word, insane, that you even thought about trying to do this, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, I couldn't believe that. Actually, I can, but it's like, it's just so weak. Like, it's just like, yeah. And this is the perfect sign that Dan Snyder has been behind this. Like, you know what I'm saying? It shows, cause it's like when the other thing happened, I forgot of the case, or when they were about to, I don't know, it was something like where the lady, Mary Jo White, or somebody was about to, like, uncover some news, and so what did they do? They pulled some stuff out they butt. They pulled some stuff out they butt, and then decided, oh, what do we have? What do we have here? Sean Taylor. We're gonna honor Sean Taylor at the last minute. You know what I'm saying? That'll keep them all satisfied. Yeah, that'll keep them not wanting me to sell the team and shut them up and all that. No, that was the most dishonoring thing to that man. Probably the best player that ever played for us, and you just, like, use his memory as a means to just distract us and stuff. And then this last minute, like, the tiles are off center from what I've seen. You know, just you know what I'm saying. It just shows, like, you know what I'm saying, that he'll use anything to try to literally use anything to try to, like, make himself look decent, and it just only backfires and makes him look even worse. Like, the people that he has around him and all that, it's just like, I don't want any parts of him. And he seemed like, when you see him, videos of him when he talks and stuff, he seemed like a nice guy. But, you could be a nice guy or whatever and still be doing this, like, some crap. So, like, it is what it is, man. It's just really sick. And I'm not about to dwell on that too much longer, but I just like feel so bad about that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, that's just the sickest thing that I've ever seen. Where it's just like, it's just dragging somebody that don't have nothing to do with it into it. So, it is what it is. He was human, whatever. And, hopefully he'll be out of here soon. So, oh, and another thing I wanted to address. DC's insane violence and stuff like that, bro. You know how gentrified DC is now? It's absolutely, like, some areas are absolutely recognizable. I lived here from 1993 to, 2007. And in that era, that span of time, and definitely before that, definitely the 70s and 80s, and going all the way to when I left, this was one of the most violent cities in the country. I will admit that. It was nothing to do here. It was boring. Nothing for the youth. Nothing for just people in general. Like, so it was a lot of crime and stuff going on here, which I can attest to. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is not the platform to talk about it, but for you to be like, oh, there's such high crime and high, them people, Dan Snyder don't go to 8th Street. Them people do not go out to these places, and the majority of these places are gentrified, have become gentrified, and even then it's like you acting like as soon as you step outside in DC that there's bullets just flying everywhere. Like, there are good people in DC, in Southeast, there are good people in Northeast, Southwest, Northwest, all over. I mean, there is going to be a propensity for crime here, but it's not like this crazy chaotic city like it used to be, and even then, like, you know what I'm saying, it was still a good city. You know what I'm saying? I'm not want to let somebody just talk about the city like that. You know what I'm saying? In that regard, you know, just acting like they're just rampant hoodlums and with all like stop that. There's a lot of good people here that's trying to do positive things and change the community. Stop that those crimes from going on more than y'all are trying to do with this crap that y'all put out. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, let's get back to reflection, man. It's not even that ain't even a reflection. It's just something I just wanted to address. We here, man. You know, tough loss to the Vikings. Really, we should have won. Um, um, you know, the more I sat back and I watched a lot of people react to the game, and everybody just keeps crapping on Taylor Heineke, which is like which is for fair reason. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, you know, with any quarterback, it's just like if you win, they're gonna like praise you, and then if you lose, they're gonna ridicule you. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it falls back on Taylor Heineke, especially with the pick. And I of course I haven't watched the game again, but like listening to like listen to Louis T, like Rico Street Scores and Real, all of them, like what I'm saying, and everybody's just like, oh, Taylor Heineke, it was all his fault and stuff like that. I mean, when I was listening to Louis T talk about how he was watching the film and he was missing throws, there were some throws that he could just like dumped off. Like even if just like how he was doing like in the previous game with the Colts, like he was like getting the ball to Gibby. I don't know if it was by design or that was just like something he wanted to do, but Gibby was wide open a lot of times, and that was something I was seeing. And it's just like those are free yards, like what I'm saying. If nobody's covering him and it's Antonio Gibson, he's going to get at least 5 yards or more. That might be the first down, just because he's that type of player. So and even I went to the Seahawks game last year, and just watching him, sometimes I can tell he doesn't trust his arm, but then at the same time he's such a anomaly because it's like he doesn't trust his arm, but he'll go and throw a daggone crazy moon ball to like Curtis Samuel in triple coverage, like what I'm saying, and just hope for a prayer, like and it's working for him. So it's like, are you gonna just trust your arm and throw if you see it, or you just gonna like what I'm saying? So it's really like, yeah, I think like Rico said, like he's his own worst enemy, like literally, and it is like what I'm saying, you either gonna trust your arm or not. So I watched him in the Seahawks game. He got Terry going down the middle and he doesn't throw it to him. So it is what it is, man. But I'm not gonna let y'all be like, oh, he's not a good quarterback. He's bad. He's a bad quarterback. Like he has limitations. Like what I'm saying, he's a human. Like how hard it is to play quarterback. What I'm saying, especially with the stakes. Is like he's playing for his career. Like literally every game he's playing for his career to stay in the NFL. He's not supposed to be here. So he's already defined odds. So stop crapping on him, man. You know what I'm saying? Because who's been playing better than him? It's like, I mean, Carson Wentz, like, yeah, when he's been playing, like, all of the things haven't really been his fault. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like, who has played here that's played better than him? Taylor Heineke. You know what I'm saying? What, Rex Grossman? Like, Josh Johnson? Definitely not Rex Grossman. John Beck? Case Keenum? Heck no. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all need to stop crapping on my man, bro. Y'all either gonna rock with him or not. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear all the I'm so happy for Taylor. And if he mess around and win against the Eagles, I don't hear none of that. He did so well, Taylor. I know he's new. No, get off, get off. And you know what I mean by get off. Like, either rock with him or not. Like, you know what I'm saying? Is he the best quarterback? Do it like like is he like going to the Hall of Fame? Probably not. More than likely not. But you know what I'm saying? he made it to the NFL and he plays and he starts for a team, whether it's in the backup role or not. You know what I'm saying? And he plays better than a lot of backups. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, y'all, like, it, Blaine Gabbert, is he better than him? Like, think about all the players, like quarterbacks, that's like in these little teams, on these teams, just like just average. Like Gardner Minshew started for a team at one point. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so many. Like who is he better than them? Like who would you rather have? You know what I'm saying? So whatever, bro. Um, I mean, yeah, he had a bad game. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't seeing the field well. I feel like he kind of got like they had a good game plan. They rushed up field and made sure he didn't really have outlets, like you know what I'm saying, to get out on a consistent level. So it was really on their front four and their defensive coordinator for organize a game plan to make sure that he didn't like you know get out there. And it's like you know, like I said again, like he needed to trust himself. Like you know what I'm saying. Sometimes he does when it comes clutch time, like he trusts himself, or like you know. But then sometimes he just like I don't know, shies away from the moment. But at the same time, it's like a lot of it's on Scott Turner, bro. Like you know what I'm saying. You got to daggone call in the plays that make him feel comfortable. Like that read option was beautiful. This spin move, let him do that. Let him use his feet. That is his strength. Get him out on the edge, like you know what I'm saying. Use some bootlegs, all that, like you know what I'm saying. Help him get the ball, like you know what I'm saying. Throw something down the middle where it's like he doesn't have to wait late or like you know what I'm saying. You know, I mean, he did throw some of the low times. I don't know if that was a dig or like something, but if a dig, it's like you know, if you overthrow a dig, like you know, this shoot, man, I feel like that might be easier to throw than a slant. I'm ranting, but anyway, let's get into this, Jay, man. Uh, like I said, Kendall Fuller, he had a great run stop. Probably Kendall Fuller's best game I've seen here with him second since he came back. Like you know what I'm saying. One of his best games, like outside of last year, and then like when he was first got back, like you know when he was playing outside with Ronald Darby. But definitely his best game this year. He had a great run stop in the game, and he was guarding Adam Thielen and shut Adam Thielen down. I don't even know how many points Adam Thielen had. I mean, how many yards Adam Thielen had. Adam Thielen had 67 yards, and the crazy thing is like you know all them probably weren't on Kendall Fuller, so like yeah man, then Benjamin St. Juice man, shout out to him bro. I gotta look at that too. Everybody's like oh like you know, bro Benjamin St. Juice really had that man on straps. Like outside of that 1 yard, I mean the first drive and that long pass, he had him on straps. Like everybody's like, oh, he had 115 yards. But when y'all looking at who was guarding him, you know what I'm saying? Benjamin St. Juice didn't guard him the whole game. In the first drive. It was the first drive. Like Benjamin St. Juice was like following him, but then they did a play design where they sent Justin Jefferson in motion, and he went over to Kendall Fuller. And as soon as he went over to Kendall Fuller, I was like, they about to throw it to him. And sure enough, they threw it right to him. And so he got a good, let me see. Let me look at this. Washington, Justin Jefferson. He got a good 16 yards on that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he got 16 yards on that. And then outside of, so that wasn't his, you know what I'm saying? And then there was another one where he had got a deep pass in the middle of the field, but Miss St. Juice wasn't guarding him. So it's good like 20 something yards. But then, so altogether that's probably like 30 something yards, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then, really, Benjamin St. Juice, like, you know, with Justin Jefferson, he really allowed 3 targets, like three catches, like, you know, with him. So probably like 3 catches for like 70, 80 yards, something like that. You know, which is like really good. You know what I'm saying? And he couldn't guard that man any better. They should have gave him that pass. I mean, that pick six. You know, but he had to. He grabbed his jersey. Like I said in the last video, it was pass interference. Like, but if he just had his hands just on him without grabbing, he had that man plastered. Like, I hadn't like. I don't think he would guard somebody any better than that. Like he's an aggressive handsy corner, and he had that man on straps. Like so, all the people like, oh well, he he caught for 7 catches and 115 yards. It was more like 70 or 80. So y'all can go back and look at it. You know what I'm saying? And see who he Justin Jefferson caught on, and it was really like 3 or 4 targets, probably 3. So, anyways, Bobby McCain, like I like where he's at with attacking screens and stuff like that. I like him in the slot. Um, we got to figure out a way to get him over the top some more. Like even though I don't like that, we gotta get a safety that can just be rangy over the top and pick stuff off. Cause everybody else do it. Harrison Smith did it with us. So, you know, where am I at? Scott Turner is really stunning the growth of this team. All the talent that we have. We don't have, why do we have to wait till we get everybody back for you to decide to call some stuff? And even when you do, you call these like dumb, just stuff that don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, if stuff worked last week, we can still use it. You know what I'm saying? You know, and it's kind of both on him and Taylor Heinicke. But if it worked last week, why don't we try to do that instead of just like trying to force some stuff that only you like to do? You know what I'm saying? Still running screens, still doing the same things. Like it's done. So John Bostic had a good tackle in there. Had some a little explosion and came down the hill and blocked and tackled somebody. You know, when nobody was really around. Terry had a good concentration catch, like where like the cornerback or linebacker, somebody batted hit the ball, but it came back and hit. Terry caught it. Special teams did really well on punt coverage. Besides the Percy Butler one, I don't know what he was doing. He was just going too fast or whatever. Like, just leave the ball alone. If anything, like, you know, run past the ball, or jump up and try to tap it back. I don't know. Just as long as you not have your feet down in the end zone. So, but anyways, our defense, man, this whole year, Jack Del Rio need a pay raise. He should have got extended. Like, you know, the way he's coaching right now, he needs to get extended compared to Scott Turner. You know what I'm saying? At least he's getting results. Like, with what he has. And he hasn't really had that many injuries on his side. And even if he did, like, we got Cole Holcomb out. We got Chase Young coming back. He hasn't made no excuses. We just done what we need to do. But it's Scott Turner, Tennessee. They need to play better. No, you need to call a better game. You need to call a better game. So, once again, our defense kept us in the game, man. De'Ami Brown need to catch the ball. Like, yeah. I'm watching the game with my dad, and like, you know, De'Ami Brown misses the ball, and like something like falls out his pocket, and it's just like, Dad's like, oh, is that a flag? He's like, I'm like, nah, that's actually his gloves. This man had 2 pair of gloves on. He had some gloves in his pants and gloves on, and still ain't catch the ball. And then my dad was like, you got to use something, like, you know. I was like, obviously he need to change that pair of gloves, you know, but that's his only target, I believe. We had a Danny Johnson sighting. You know, he had an amazing clutch pick. And that's the thing. Like, the times y'all talk about how many yards Justin Jefferson got on him or whatever, but y'all don't talk about when he stopped this man when they were driving down the field in the first half, at the end of the first half, and he deflected the ball and caused Danny Johnson to get a pick. It was one of the clutchest picks, and the pick that we really need. Like, you know, like, that was amazing. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like that really just energized our team, helped us get momentum and going into the second half. And unfortunately, we didn't take full advantage of it. But then again, Benjamin St. Juste, and at the end of the game, like, when they before the John Ridgeway penalty and stuff like that, and they were trying to score, um, Benjamin St. Juste, like, a deflection, like, with Justin Jefferson, and the better clamps locked down. You know what I'm saying? I better stop playing with him, man. And Jamin Davis, man. I can't wait for him to get a pick and just start just becoming like more comfortable. I feel like this is a blessing in disguise. I probably talked about this before. With Cole Holcomb not being there, like, it's a blessing in disguise for him to just kind of step up and like learn again. And John Bostic is back. We got David May. We got some guys with experience to help him cerebrally, like, get you know more up to speed than what he needs to do. So um, I'm excited about that, man. I wish Deron Payne would have caught that as a pick, like, what I'm saying, instead of just trying to bat it, because that would have changed the momentum of the game too. Second half, Gibb had a crazy return. I wish he would have cut inside, like, and because I wanted to see like how far he would have went with that, because he probably could have took it to the crib, but I think we ended up scoring on the drive, so it kind of didn't matter. Okay, yeah, and then Heineke, scared the crap out of me when he threw that ball to Curtis Samuel. I'm like, yo, this is a pick. And then I'm watching it with my family, and I'm like, he catches it, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, how did it even happen, bro? He scares the crap out of me sometimes. Like, when he just throws the ball, I be like, oh my gosh. Like, but that's what the specialness of Taylor Heineke, man. And I enjoy it. Like, what I'm saying, it's stressful, but I enjoy it because a lot of times it works out. He's a good guy. Like, it's no question about it or something like that. Like, cause he's out here living right in some area of his life. Cause for stuff to work out like that for him, like, what I'm saying, it's just like he got to be living right, bro. He got to be doing something, like, so yeah. Um, and I was just like, when it happened, I'm just like, yo, so we're at the 1 yard line, but nah, Curtis Samuel actually scored, and so I'm sitting there like, why is he dancing so much? This man was dancing like, I'm like, for like, I mean, yeah, you scored, but it's like, I mean, yeah, you got all those yards, but you still got scored. But it turned out that was actually a score. So shout out to them. Shout out to the ref, for the pick. We appreciate you. We sending the check in the mail. You know what I'm saying? All that. So, yeah, man. But y'all need to stop talking about Taylor Heineke's arm strength, though, man. He's improved significantly in that. He has to trust in his arm. But you see, that was like a 50-yard bomb. Like, you know what I'm saying? If he throws 50 yards, like, this is better than any average quarterback. You know what I'm saying? I mean, okay, maybe he probably didn't get that there in the speed that everybody would want him to, or he doesn't get intermediate passes to the speed that everybody wants him to. But at least he get it there. You know what I'm saying? And he's just improving. He's getting better. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like in the John Con report with Graham Weinstein and stuff like that, when he's on, he talks about like the dude, like, I mean, before this past game, he was like he's in like 7-3. He has a winning record in all the games that he's been starting. So is he really that trash? What is the excuse for him winning? Yeah, all these excuses and all this stuff to say when he dang on loses, but when he's winning, like, what is there to say? So anyways, our defense was playing lights out like crazy. The D-line, I can't wait for Chase Young to get back. I hope he's very explosive. I hope he just brings the extra juice that we already to the juice that we already got, because it's gonna be crazy, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? If he plays anything like he did like his rookie year, like, especially down that stretch when we were playing like the 49ers in Pittsburgh and stuff like that, where he was like going in, like, I can't wait. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just happy to see him back out there. Really good dude. Sometimes it's like, unfortunately, like, since he hasn't been playing, it's like you kind of forget about him. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, how can you forget about a dude that's potentially gonna be the face of the franchise, along with Jonathan Allen and Terry McLaurin and stuff like that? So it's what it is. Deron Payne, man, like, pay that man. I like the fourth down play, where they kind of bootleg and stuff like that. Change the tendencies, whatever. You know, I didn't like the throw, like to Terry McLaurin. Like he really had Gibb underneath. If he would have just got it to him like soon as he possible, like you know what I'm saying, Gibb turn his head around, get that ball to him. He's right there. Get that for it's 4th and 1, so he gets the ball to him, and all you gotta do is get 1 yard. Like you know, Antonio Gibson can't get 1 yard. Like you know, in a pass situation, an open field, nah. I know there was a defender underneath, from what I remember. But you know, Taylor throws it right. You know what I'm saying, and like you know, that's positive yardage. But that's water under the bridge. Whatever. Good coverage by Defoe. Caused Justin Jefferson to drop the ball. I don't know if he heard the footsteps or Justin Jefferson wasn't concentrating. Whatever it was, like you know, he was there. He was in position. So even if he did catch the ball, it's a tackle. Like you know what I'm saying. So you know, I don't know if they credit him for like a pass defense, whatever, but you know, it is what it is. Dax Milne had a little decent return. Like he's been getting better. You know, he's looking a little more comfortable out there. Getting a little bit more confidence. Still want to see somebody that can, you know, do some turning and stuff like that. You know, not trying to look too far in the future, but it would be nice if we could get uh, DeAndre Carter back. I was about to say, no, never mind. But that's neither here nor there. Jonathan Allen was going crazy, bro. That one play where he just like ran through two offensive linemen just to tackle a guy. Dude's unstoppable. Like I don't think I've ever seen that. Like he's just unstoppable, bro. I want to watch that play again. Like that was probably one of my favorite Jonathan Allen plays like to date. And he has a lot of great highlights, like you know what I'm saying. But that was just pure, just dog. Like you got two dudes on you and still got to tackle. Like that's insane. And then he just like picked the dude up and put him in Kirk Cousins' lap and just smacking the mess out of daggone Kirk Cousins. Him and Deron Payne was just punishing him. Like I really thought Kirk Cousins, like that one time, I think it was Deron Payne, just like laid him out and he was just down. He had to go out and Nick Mullins came in and I was like, oh, Nick Mullins, we about to win this mug. Like, you know, I can't wait. Because Nick Mullins is San Francisco, like, you know what I'm saying? We cooked him. We got a pick, got a fumble off him, like, you know, but fortunately for him, Kirk Cousins or whatever, and Nick Mullins, fortunately for both of them, you know, Kirk Cousins came back out there. So kudos to him, man. Even though I don't really care for Kirk Cousins. He had a tough game. He gutted it out because he was getting punished. And the D line gave everything they got. Heineke just get the, like I said earlier, we need to get him on more read option. I don't know why we don't do that, but you know, the tendencies and we need to play better and then no, you just be calling plays that you want to call. Get that man some read options. Like we can go back to the little RG3 era. Not saying that the Heineke is RG3 by no means, like you know what I'm saying, but we have too many players that not be on some read option type stuff, you know what I'm saying? Get out on the edge. We don't have to do too much, like, you know, blocking too much. Like, if we get a tackle to just go out, we get our tackles to go out instead of our guards, whatever. Like, I feel like that might be more effective. Like, maybe one guard. I would like to see Andrew Norwell maybe out there more than Trey Turner. So we might be just going, like, to the right side, like, you know, pulling. Who knows? But, like, that spin move was so mean. I'm just sitting there like, oh my God. That jam was so mean, bro. And he just a dog. Like, I don't care what anybody says. People gotta respect Hart and like, you know, just beyond just natural physical abilities, just a player, bro. People be too critical. I mean, yeah, you should be, I guess, in the grand scheme of things, but people be looking so much at like measurables and stuff like that they miss out on so many people, so many great players that could make their team better. You know what I'm saying? And fortunately, that's probably one of the genius of Scott Turner. I'll give him some credit for being able to see the potential in Heineke enough to like, you know, give him a chance. So, you know, and it's paid dividends for us. Like, you know what I'm saying, whether big or small. Um, you know, a few plays made by some other players, we may be in the second round of the playoffs. Like, you know, in the first his first game playing for us. So, you know, that goes to say that. And then what are we saying then? If he wins that playoff game, what are we saying then? So, people just funny, bro. Anyways, I think that's the one we challenge. So I'm back to that. Spin move, fourth and one, whatever. Challenge, dumb challenge, because what do you challenge for 1 yard for? Um, you know, and then the very next play, Armani Rogers, like, you know, goes off like for like 20 something yards or whatever. And the way he's running, I'm thinking like he might take that to the crib. But I don't know if he got that in his bag, or maybe not just yet. But he runs really well, like, you know what I'm saying. So I would love to see him go crazy. And then the next play, like, you know, we just run a flea flicker, like this crazy flea flicker, reverse, like this crazy like jet sweep reverse flea flicker type thing. And it's so stupid, like, cause it's like you're getting too fancy for what, you know what I'm saying? Like, you want to get all of them in one thing, and it's like, oh my gosh, bro, like it's just a waste of a down. It was literally a waste of down because Heinicke threw that out of bounds. I don't think John Bates ran it well from my perspective. I might have to watch it again. But I feel like John Bates was like way too far to the sideline, and he didn't give Taylor Heinicke enough room to help him throw it and John Bates run under. You know what I'm saying? But that was just my perspective. I might be wrong. But because the way Taylor Heinicke threw it, it was just like all the way out of bounds. And it's just like it didn't really have no room for him to just kind of just drop it in the bucket or whatever. Inaccurate throw, whatever. But you know what I'm saying? It didn't seem like he was that far inside in the field. You know, this if you ever played wide receiver or anything, they tell you to try to, like, you know, stay on top of the numbers. You know, stack your depending on the technique or whatever. If you're going doing a go route, you stack the cornerback and you give your quarterback enough room. So that's why you stay on the numbers. You give your quarterback enough room so he can have some range to throw you the ball and you go get it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I like, you know, if you see in practice, like practices or whatever, it's like a red line, like on the practice field, so the wide receivers know where they should be running. You know, their depth for where they should be running. But I don't think they teach the tight ends that. Who knows? But quick side note though, have y'all noticed a regression in, like, you know, the tight end room? You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's been a big regression. Like, you know, I don't know if it's a correlation to Pete Hander not being here anymore, which I miss and I'm really sad about because it's like we have so many new tight ends that I would love for him to just coach up. But it's like I don't know if it's a correlation between that or Scott Turner not scheming them, like, you know, more to get the ball, or like, you know, Heinicke not seeing them, or Carson Wentz not seeing them. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I wish that we would get more production out of our tight end room like we were last year compared to this year. I don't know if it's even Logan Thomas being injured because he hasn't really been a factor like he used to be. So I don't know, man. But it is what it is. And so we did a flea flicker. We did a dumb flea flicker, and then the next play we try to run the ball, like, and so now it's like 3rd and 10, whatever, or 3rd and 11. I don't know. And then we get a face mask penalty for on Heinicke, and we end up getting bailed out and getting 15 yards. And I think we're like halfway, had the distance to the goal by then. And then finally, Dax Milne gets his first touchdown. So I don't understand this hate on Taylor Heinicke, because right after that, people screaming Heinicke, Heinicke, Heinicke. We're up by 10. You know what I'm saying? If this man wins this game, we're not talking about how bad of a QB he is. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, bro. Like I said. And so, I think later then, I think that's his drive. Like it was the craziest drive on like it really focused on one player that I ever seen. Like you know what I'm saying. So you know, this drive, Benjamin St. Juste was on Justin Jefferson, and like Kirk Cousins throw the ball out to him, and you know Benjamin St. Juste got this man on straps and ends up turning around, catching the pick, and running it back. They call it back for pass interference. It goes, to the spot of the foul. The next play, Benjamin St. Juste gets a sack. The next play, I believe they get the ball to Adam Thielen. And then the next play, they throw the ball for 47 yards to Justin Jefferson, and Benjamin St. Juste is trailing. So it is what it is with that, man. Like, bro, it's a lot of running. He done ran all over the field. His conditioning is crazy. And like I said, I feel like Justin Jefferson just caught him slipping one time, and he probably didn't get his hands on him, and he was tired or whatever. Lou was saying that too. Like you know what I'm saying. I give him that credit. You know what I'm saying. It's a lot, bro. If y'all ever play football, especially on defense, it's if any position, just back to back, you're constantly running and then getting back, you know what I'm saying. It's a lot, you know what I'm saying. So, yeah, man, shout out to St. Juste though, bro. I really wish he would have got that pick six to build his confidence. But if guarding one of the best receivers and doing really well on him, holding him to you personally holding him to 70, 80 yards. You know what I'm saying? It's something to be proud of. And even just the thought of you picking off the ball and getting that back, look for more of those. Look for more of them opportunities, because you're not going to be playing Justin Jefferson every week. So, it is what it is. Nick Mullins, I wish we had him. I think that was the same drive. Okay. So that play when Juice got the that 47-yarder on him, Deron Payne made the hit and he knocked Kirk Cousins out for a play, and Nick Mullins came in, and so I'm just like, yo, Nick Mullins about to be in. We about to cook now. But he got so blessed that Kirk Cousins came back in. But we was punishing Kirk Cousins, man. It was a rough one, bro. And we only forced a field goal, after all that, and that was it. Then the next drive for us, we getting down the field, Gibb gets a little outside run, almost fumbled. The way he switched the ball, it looked like he could have fumbled. But he really just be one player away from just breaking something crazy off. So we'll see how that goes. And then it's just we drive down to 2nd and 11. We could have just did something simple, but he throw down and get an interception, and that's the end of the game, bro. Pretty much, and throw that interception, and I think that's the drive where they scored their touchdown. I don't know what's up with Cam Curl and these wheel routes, and it's it kind of shows if anything, I don't know if this is a coincidence or not, but it kind of showed the genius to Kevin O'Connell watching film to try to get that wheel route on Cam Curl, because they know Cam Curl he's either guarding a tight ends or he's guarding a running back, and to know that matchup is very similar, because Aaron Jones and Dalvin Cook, I wouldn't say they're the same type running back. I feel like probably Dalvin Cook's a little bit more explosive, but they're both really quick, dynamic running backs. And that was both of those plays were just very similar, as far as not the positioning in the field where they was at, but it's the same corner in the end zone. You know what I'm saying? And same type route, and Cam got cooked on both of them. Like, you know what I'm saying? He was in good position, but it was just better throws. I feel like that first one with Aaron Jones, he could have jumped. I don't know what happened, like why he couldn't jump. And then this one, he was just, it was just out, just a little bit out of reach. It was such a good throw. But that is what it is, man. I think at a certain point after that interception, like I just stopped taking notes because I was just like, this is not looking good for us, and I wasn't really feeling it. I mean, it's what it is. But we think when we think about Detroit, Tennessee, and this game, like it's just a matter of like 3 or 4 mistakes, probably more. Like definitely more. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like Detroit. You know what I'm saying? That end around um, with William Jackson just kind of staring. If we fix that, like you know what I'm saying, it changes the game. Um, got so many yards off it. If they communicate better with Benedict St. Juice and William Jackson, I believe, when they got that big inside route, like you know, still talking about the Lions game, and they were supposed to switch or like you know to pass somebody off, like who knows what how that would went. Whoever was supposed to be guarding DeAndre Swift when he catches the ball late, falls down, takes a nap, and then gets up and then feeling refreshed and goes in to the end zone. Who's guarding him? You know, those 3 mistakes on offense alone. The special teams played bad. Everybody played bad that game. You know, so many mistakes, multiple mistakes. Those were some glaring ones that you could kind of still think of. They like burned in your memory. You know, that is what it is. Like that caused it to be messed up, or like you know what I'm saying, it caused us to lose the Titans game. You know, a lot of missed opportunities. Um, but so many good bright spots. But literally, the challenges. I want to say the timeouts. Like I think that's the Cam Sims. Cam Sims catch was a dumb challenge. Like you know, I think that's that game. Our refusal to run the ball. Their last drive, like you know, what I'm saying even before that, like the Bobby McCain, um, not playing the ball but playing the tight end or wherever he was a receiver. If you play the ball and go up to get that, it's a whole different story. And we have them held down because they're not going down the field crazy on us like that. I mean, it was driving, but our defense was playing better. Like just simple things like that, and then of course like I was saying, like if you just run the ball in instead of just putting all of that on Carson Wentz, like he's I don't know, like Josh Allen or something like that, we win that game. And then of course this game, Percy Butler, if you just let the ball bounce back, get the ball within the 2, 3, 4 yard line, who knows, 1 yard line, our defense is going to stop them. I don't know if they scored on that drive, but they definitely weren't going nowhere. That's another punt. I mean, that's them a 3 and out, whatever. They punt the ball. We're in good field position to score again. John Ridgeway, the dumb challenge on 4th and 1. We just need 1 yard. Taylor Heineke's pick, of course. Just calling dumb plays like the daggone quarterback draw, where Gibby was just wide open in the flat, like you know, and Taylor Heineke's looking at Gibby, and Gibby's looking at him like, dude, you wide open, and I'm sitting here trying to run a QB, like, I don't know, I don't get it. So many mistakes, man. That we just need to clean up. And that's like, I mean, I don't know if we have enough time to watch the film. I mean, I'm sure they go home and like watch these things, but do they like really drill that in? Like, you can't be making these mistakes and stuff, because the good teams don't make these mistakes, and if they do, it's very minimal. But yeah, man, I took my time to be upset with it. I've been too tired to care too much about it. You know what I'm saying? Because at this point, it just is what it is. And then the thing that kind of boosted the mood was like after 20 something years, Dan Snyder is potentially selling this team. So I'm happy about that. It kind of like, regardless of what happens on the field right now, like it's like that's a really bright spot, in this. Still don't want Jeff Bezos to get this team. Uh, it is what it is. He probably will. I don't know, but yeah, man, that's it, bro. I know this is a long one, but it's a reflection. You know what I'm saying? You can't just you can't rush reflecting. You can't rush like introspection or self awareness or whatever. I'm trying to be deep. Like, let me stop. You can't rush this stuff, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you just kind of thinking back on things, sometimes you gotta take your time to think about stuff. Take the time to feel how you feel, and then move on. You know what I'm saying? Uh, I felt how I felt. I was mad about it. Just like the next person. It was a tough loss, but we can't win every game. You know what I'm saying? It was a really good game. We blew 10-point lead. This stuff happens like that. We're not gonna win every game. Like, we're not the Kansas City Chiefs, and even then they lose. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're not the Bills. They lost. They lost to the Jets. Like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, the Jets have become better, but like, that's tough. Like, you know what I'm saying? But we gonna sit here and be like, oh, everybody is bad. Like, it is what it is. Like, so I said all that to say, you know, we win, we lose. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully we don't draw, because who wants to be tied with somebody? You don't get no championship for that. They don't do it in the Super Bowl. So, anyways, week 9. Got the trash can, got the trash. We gonna ball it up. And then we looking at the Eagles. Them old ugly Eagles. Monday night, man. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it. I'll let y'all know on my week 10 pregame thoughts about the Eagles. But until next time, man, y'all like, comment, subscribe. Check out my old videos, please. Please subscribe. Trying to get to 20 subscribers, 20, 30. I say 20. No, I want to get to 30 subscribers by the end of the year. That's the goal. Starting off small, building it, more gaining the momentum. Right now, we close to 15. We at 13. So, if you be so kind, please hit that subscribe button. I'm staying at this, and even after the season, I'm gonna try to do some cool things. I'll let y'all know more about that when that gets here. But till next time, man, I'll catch y'all, man. Peace, love, and hair grease.